Hello. So let's now proceed to case number 3. This is the case when the denominator contains distinct irreducible quadratic factors. And how do you check if it is irreducible? We just have to look at the discriminant. And if that is the case, we need to set up one fraction for every irreducible quadratic factor. And the form is this. So the only difference is that the numerator is ax plus b. And the denominator is the irreducible quadratic factor. Let's now look at an example. Integral of 2x minus 2 over x squared plus 1 x squared minus 1 dx. Okay. So let's proceed with step number 1. Step number 1, factor completely. So 2x minus 2 over x squared plus 1 times x squared minus 1. The numerator is factorable. It has a common factor 2, so I'll have an x minus 1. Then x squared plus 1 is irreducible because the discriminant b squared minus 4ac is 1 minus 4 equal to negative 3. It's not a perfect square. So I'll just copy the quadratic factor x squared plus 1. While x squared minus 1 is factorable and the factors are x minus 1, x plus 1. Looking at the fraction, we have a common factor in x minus 1. So this can be simplified as 2 over x squared plus 1 times x minus 1. Now let's proceed to step number 2, perform the partial fraction decomposition. The factored form is 2 over x squared plus 1 times x plus 1. Sorry, this is x plus 1. And according to case number 3, I'll have one partial fraction for x squared plus 1. And case number 1, another partial fraction for x plus 1. But for the first fraction, the numerator must be ax plus b, since x squared plus 1 is a quadratic factor. For x plus 1, I'll have variable d. After that, we multiply by the LCD, or basically this denominator, x squared plus 1 times x plus 1. So multiplying, I'll get a 2 in the left-hand side. In the second fraction, I'll have ax plus b times x plus 1. For the second fraction, I'll have d times x squared plus 1. Let me enclose this. Now, our next goal is to find the values of a, b, and d. So to do that, I'll assign a value for x, let's say negative 1. If x is negative 1, I'll have a 2 in the left-hand side, a 0 for the first group, plus 2d. Therefore, d is 1. Next, let's set x to be what? 0. Let's have 0. So when x is 0, I'll have a 2 in the left-hand side. This will be eliminated, so I have a b times 1 plus, I already have a value for d, it's 1, and so times 1. So b is equal to 2 minus 1, meaning my b is 1. Lastly, x equal to 1. When x is 1, I'll still have a 2 in the left-hand side. Then a plus, I have a b, it's 1, times 2. Plus, I have a d, it's 1, times 2. See? So therefore, distribute 2. So I have 2 equal to 2a plus 2 plus 2. Therefore, Let me write here. 2a is equal to 2 minus 4. So a is negative 2 over 2, meaning a is negative 1. Is that right? Okay, sige. Now, we have a value for this, and for this. So, let's proceed to step number 3. Integrate. Integrating this fraction is the same as integrating the partial fractions. And let me write that. X squared plus 1. My numerator will be ax. Ax plus b. So, negative x plus 1 dx. Oh. Then, plus integral of d over x plus 1, and my d is 1. So 1 over x plus 1 dx. Now, how do we integrate the first integral? What I can do is separate the numerators. I have negative integral of x over x squared plus 1 dx plus integral of 1 over x squared plus 1 dx plus integral of 1 over x plus 1 dx. For the first fraction, first integral, I can do simple substitution. X squared plus 1, so du is 2x dx. So 1/2 du is equal to x dx. And it's basically this part here. This one is arctan. This one is ln. Sige daw. Okay, let's continue. Let's see how this will look. So I will now have negative integral of 1/2 du over u for this one plus arctan. If that is arctan, my u is x, du is dx, and my a is 1. So using the formula for arctan, which is 1 over a arctan u over a plus c, I will get here a1 arctan of x plus c1 plus last integral is ln of the absolute value of x plus 1 plus c2. Finally, this one here is again ln, so negative 1/2 ln of the absolute value of x, which is x squared plus 1 plus arctan x plus ln of the absolute value of x plus 1 plus c, where c is c1 plus c2 plus c3 from the first integral. This is now the final answer. Okay. If you have questions, please feel free to come to me in the office. Okay. Goodbye.